Hello. Always with a dinging.
It's more the fact that it's like ding because I haven't got my foot on the brake, but I did. Obviously, I was not quick enough for the car.
See ya. Anyway.
Take two.
3, 2, 1, and go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold. My name's Paddy.
And I'm Ben.
If you're joining us for the first time, make sure you like this video. Subscribe to our channel. Comment down below on this week's topics. And if you are listening to our beautiful voices.
Oh, yes.
Over on Spotify.
Yes.
Give us a 5-star review and comment there as well. But however, Ben, before we do pleasantries.
Before we do pleasantries?
What,
your exits are here, and here?
here, and there.
And if I go fast enough, through the windscreen as well.
Exactly. I do think we should acknowledge a loss.
Oh, right, okay.
Today, as of recording, we lost Andre Brouwer.
I mean, he passed on Monday, but we only discovered it today.
Yeah. Well, the news broke today.
Yes.
That we lost our beloved Captain Raymond Holt. I cannot tell you how much I cried this morning.
Yeah.
It's a big shock to go at 61. He had a short illness. We've lost a few actors this year, a few
comedian actors as well. Comedians, comedy actors, should I say.
He wasn't like that kind of like the big energetic one, but his prowess, I guess, like his straight lace,
the ability to make the most straight-faced character hilarious. It just proved his comedic timing, his comedic skills and talents were all there.
Yeah. Because that's what they always say is it's very difficult to be a comedian because you have to have timing and everything else right.
Well, it's difficult to be a comedian, yes, but then it's easier to be a slapstick comedian. It's easier to be the guy who falls over and everyone laughs at him. That's easy. Rick Mayall. Well, no, I would put Rick Mayall in a very separate category.
Him and Aid did punk.
But to play the straight guy.
Yeah.
And not sexuality, but like the straight guy and get
the straight-faced guy.
The straight-faced guy and get laughs.
Yeah.
So much harder.
And you know what? It's also proof that people that may not have necessarily watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine know his character more than any other in that show. You know, you can argue that Hitchcock and Scully are funny. You know, Terry is a funny character. Diaz is good as well. But especially his relationship with Andy Samberg, or the character of Detective Jake Peralta.
Yeah.
The chemistry between those two was just fantastic, and he will be missed massively in the acting community. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring that up so we can somber up and we can move.
Why would you want to somber up at the start of it? Now we're going to have low energy, you idiot.
No, we'll be fine. I just want to acknowledge this.
Yes.
And instead of ending on a sad note,
right,
we'll start and then end
on a sad note.
Start on a sad note instead.
Okay.
But anyway, Ben, let's do some pleasantries.
Okay.
How is thou?
Well. I went to my 3rd Harry Potter quiz of the year.
Oh, really? Did you?
Really? I really did.
Do tell!
Oh, yeah. So I went to my 3rd Harry Potter quiz of the year. And, as you well know, I don't know if we've discussed it in the podcast. I can't remember.
No, we have not.
But the first 2 Harry Potter quizzes...
Oh, them, yes.
I came second both times.
Yes.
And both times, I was leading the quiz all the way along, and it was snatched away from me at the last moment.
Yes.
Both times.
Yes.
In different ways, but both times.
But both times, it was.
Now, I know I'm a super massive Harry Potter fan.
Yes.
You know I'm a super massive Harry Potter fan.
The people know.
The people know I'm a super massive Harry Potter fan. But I've never been able to prove it. It's always been, can you put your money where your mouth is? And I'm like, yes, I can. Just give me the chance. And then, of course, the first 2 chances of this year, blew up in my face.
Yes.
So, I went to my usual weekly pub quiz, and it was a Harry Potter themed one.
Yep.
And
what did you do, Ben? What was your team?
It was called Dumb and Dumbledore.
Yes. And what did it comprise of?
Me.
Yep.
PT.
Yep.
Irregular.
Yep.
And I'm going to call him Rain Man because he's so fucking smart.
He is well smart. But he's not smart
in Harry Potter. No, he knows nothing about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Rain Man and Irregular basically sat there and drank.
Yeah.
Much like you did on the second Harry Potter quiz.
Yes.
PT did answer some of the questions,
but
he always answered them roughly about 30 seconds after I had.
Okay.
So he'd go, oh, it's this. I'm like, yes, I've already put that down.
I'm already there.
Well done.
Good for you.
Good for you. Have a star. Have a cookie. But yes. So I was once again leading the way.
Yeah.
And my stomach started to go, it's going to happen again. You're going to lead it all the way. And they're going to steal it from you at the last moment.
Yeah.
And of course, the quiz I go to, they do speed bonuses for the team who answers it the fastest, each question. In the last round, I didn't get a single speed bonus. Someone always kept beating me to it.
Right.
And I was sitting there going, it's happening.
I'm losing it.
Because at the end of the second round, before we went into the final round, I was leading by 60 points.
Yeah.
And like each time I kept missing the speed bonus. And I was like, it's happening. Yeah. This is it. This is where it goes. This is where it gets taken from me.
The pressure was building.
You should have seen my hand. I was shaking.
I bet you were.
I think the amount of adrenaline and cortisol running through my body, I did not get to sleep until 3 a.m. that night.
Wow.
I was so on edge. Even afterwards, I was so on edge.
Yeah.
So the quiz finishes, and he starts going through the points and calling out the teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I won!
Ben won, people! He won the Harry Potter quiz!
He finally won one! Oh, it felt so good.
I bet. I'm so proud of you.
Because now, when I say, I'm a massive Harry Potter fan, and people go, really? I'll be like, yes, I won a quiz all by myself.
Yeah.
You know, I can finally say that. I'll be like, yes, I know Harry Potter. I won it. And
he saw, he conquered.
And you know what? I never have to do another one again. That's the best bit. I never. Like, everyone's like, yeah, you'll do a Harry Potter quiz again. I'm like, yeah. I will happily do a Harry Potter quiz again. But there will be no pressure. I can sit back, relax, and be like,
I'm not going to answer this one.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if I don't get this one. Because I've won one. All by myself. Yes, like I said, PT answers a couple of questions 30 seconds after me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it all by myself. I don't need to prove to anyone anymore because I can now say, you know, this is definitive proof. So that felt really good.
Oh, I'm glad. And the community is happy for you.
No, you're happy for me because I won't be sulking anymore.
Yes, and I don't have to hear it any fucking more.
So that happened, and that was actually 2 weeks ago because, of course, we didn't have pleasantries last recording session.
No, we did not.
So this week we went the pub quiz again, and it was just a general knowledge. So this is where Rain Man stood in.
Yep.
Because this is the thing, he took a week off with the Harry Potter one, whereas this week I was like, this is all you, mate.
Chillax until the maximum.
Which is what I normally do, and he was taking it. We won again, and that's when I clocked. That's the 5th week we've run in a row. Come on, Jonathan Ross. 5th week we've won in a row. Try and say that quickly.
No, I won't, because I couldn't say it normally. I'd like to state that I was there for one of the winning nights.
You were there for one of the winning nights, yes.
Thank you, and I got a few questions on that night.
I mean, I say Rain Man did it all this Monday, but I guessed a few.
Contributed.
System of a Down came up in the beat the intro bit, and I was like, oh my god, it's this! And everyone was like, how do you know that? I was like, it's my tastes.
I love me a bit of heavy metal.
And then I was like, but I wasn't quick enough. And they're like, you got it before the melody even started. I was like, there's people in here. You know, because there was someone who got Paramore before me. So I was like, there's people in this room.
That know.
And then, I was the fastest one. I was like, oh my God! It was like the time when I guessed a sports one and I actually got it the fastest of the whole room. And I was like, I can now retire. I have a sports question.
I shall hang up the jock strap.
call up people and go, I know sports!
I'm a sporty person.
But yeah, so I went home and I told my parents that deer.
Deer, people, there's a deer.
There was a deer in the road. I went home and told my parents, I was like, oh, it's the 5th week we've won. And my mum was like, best be careful. I was like, why? Because there's going to be people outside with crowbars ready to, fucking take us out or something.
Assassins on roofs.
And she was like, they might ask you to stop coming. I was like, what? And she's like, well, if you keep winning, people are going to get disheartened and not want to come. And I was like, no. No. I was like, firstly, Mum, no, they can't tell you to not come to a pub quiz because you've won so many times in a row. Mm-hmm. Secondly, if they were worried about that, they would make it more difficult.
Well, it's not even that. They would say that it's a pub rule that if you win like five weeks in a row, you've got to sit a week out and then come back or something.
And thirdly, we change our team name every week, so no one knows. Because there's teams there that have the same name every week.
Yeah.
And everything. To the point where one of them the other week, the quizmaster was like, oh, you're back, because they hadn't come for a few weeks.
Okay.
So then he reads their team name out and he's like, oh, you're back. He's like, but we change our team name every week. So no one knows. Apart from the quizmaster, he's like, oh, it's you guys again.
What a silly name did you pick this time?
Yeah. So I was like, it's fine, Mum, it's fine. Anyway, my dad then was like, oh, don't forget, it's a work night, so don't stay out too late, don't drink too much. And, this is when I was about to turn around to my dad and call him a fucking idiot. And,
excuse me, people, sorry.
My mum beat me to it.
Did she?
Yeah. She goes, Ben drives, you melt. No, she did. I was like, yes, Mama Middleton.
Oh, wow.
She's like, he drives. It's not in Felixstowe, it's in Ipswich. He has to drive. He doesn't drink.
That was amazing.
And I was like, thank you, Mum. Well done. Because,
I tip my hat to you.
Normally, when my dad makes silly comments like that, my mum just sits there and nods.
Yeah.
So when she was like, he drives you, Mel, I was like, oh, she's learned.
The fact that she used Mel as well, that's brilliant.
Well, she can't swear and call him a fucking twat,
No, I mean, she could.
The Johos would not approve. So yeah, there was that. Yep. I also got a message from someone who listens to our podcast this week. Hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. And he'd been listening to us on Spotify.
Okay.
And apparently he was in the Tesco car park when he opened his door, and I may have started going on a bit of a sweary rant, just that perfect moment.
Oh,
and he's like, yeah, you serenaded the car park at Tesco's. I was like, apologies.
Sorry, Tesco car park.
Sorry, Tesco car park in Scotland.
And its occupants.
But, I mean, if they wanted to listen, it's a hoot and a half.
Yes. Do tell. Do tell them.
So yeah, do tell them. You should have been like, it's a great podcast.
They are hilarious.
And then the final thing is, so if people haven't clocked yet from the rattling that there's a Monster can in the car, because I had to drink a Monster today.
Yes.
Because I've been up since 5.
Yes.
And so anyway, I was laying in bed, and I could hear this noise like someone was farting through a harmonica. I was like, the fuck is this noise? Where is this noise coming from? What is this noise? What? It was proper like...
Yeah. Right.
I was like, the fuck is that?
Okay.
It was me.
Was it your voice?
I must have had some like gunk on my chest or something. And so every time I was breathing out, this happened. And I was like, how the fuck did it take me like an hour and a half to clock that this noise was me?
Oh my god.
But also at the same time, it was like, how the fuck is this gunk on my chest? And I've not tried to cough it up.
Wow.
It's obviously got to be substantial enough that it's blocking airwaves to cause a sound.
Yeah.
And yet my body's just going, yeah, it's cool.
Wow.
I was like, what the hell?
Jesus.
Yeah, I was just like, what is this?
Okay, that's bizarre.
And yeah, I can only describe it as someone farting through a harmonica.
Fair enough.
So yeah, that's been my week. How are you?
Yeah. Apparently I live a boring life compared to you. I've had just a reasonably charged week.
Come on, think about it. It's been 2 weeks since
Pleasantries. I know. It's December, so all the idiots come out more in their droves, as you well know, in the hospitality sector. because people were just like, oh, it's Christmas. It means that I can complain about these things.
Yes.
Or I had another classic allergy person and things like that. You know,
right.
Somebody wanted, so we do like a shellfish platter, but didn't want mussels, but only wanted 2 mussels because they have a mussel allergy, but they're trying to wing their way off a mussel allergy by occasionally eating mussels. And I was like, well, I'm obviously not going to give you mussels then, because you could get ill. You know what I mean?
It's very selfish of them.
I know.
You mean shellfish of them? But
you deserve that.
How did you not see? How did you not see?
You deserve that.
How did you not see that one coming?
It's
a bad one, yes, but oh my god, it's obvious.
It was proper rotten fish there.
Oh.
But other than that, I've had a pretty lackluster couple of weeks. It's just been working away.
Mm-hmm.
Work's been busy. Head chef would like to say thank you for the shout out, but he also says fuck you for calling his children crotch goblins.
You're welcome.
So I got a, oh, you back? Oh yeah, chat. And he went, oh, cheers for the shout out, but you can tell your mate to fuck off.
I get that quite a lot, funnily enough.
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm waiting for the day when someone, gives up on the fuck off and just supplies with a fucking stab.
Oh dear.
Oh, also, question for you.
Okay.
Since, grew up not doing Christmas, grew up doing Christmas, if you know someone has bought you a present,
yes.
What is...
Oh, you buy them a present back.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's just etiquette.
Thank you. So that is the present etiquette. Yeah. Is if you haven't bought something and then you learn someone's bought a present for you...
You then panic buy and buy them something very quickly.
Because guess what I did this week?
I know what you did. You suddenly had to buy a lot of presents.
I suddenly had to buy a lot of presents. But I'm going to talk about it in the podcast because the people don't know. So my brother messaged the other day and he's like, oh, I'm putting up the Christmas decorations. I was like, cool. Yeah. Good for you. He's like, I put your present under the tree. And I was like, whoa, what do you mean, your present? Oh, it's just a little something. Don't worry, you don't have to get anything for us. I was like, yes, I fucking do. Now,
it is standard protocol.
I was like, I am not being that person who walks into someone else's house for Christmas and is like, where's my present?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Oh, by the way, you've got nothing for yourself.
Yeah.
I do want to have a little bit of a moan.
Okay.
Because the last few years, we've not done Christmas presents because this brother has wanted to save up for a car, wanted to save up for a house, blah, 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 blah. Fair play. Yep. But he's got all that kind of stuff now.
Yep.
So now he can do Christmas presents. But there's some people who are still trying to do that shit.
I know.
So it's like, come on. Now that you're ready, fine, great, grand. I'm not.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, this is great.
Yeah, no.
I was not impressed.
Yeah, I bet.
Not impressed at all. And you were well aware of it because it got messaged to you and it was like, what is this?
This is the reason why I chose a religion. Fucking Christmas.
But okay, so we have confirmed Christmas etiquette.
Yeah, that is Christmas etiquette. But other than that, I haven't really got much to comment on pleasantries. I'm just busy a couple of weeks because it's Christmas season and silly sausages about.
Silly sausages, yes. Okay.
But with that said, shall we finally get to movie?
Finally, yeah.
We've had a lot to discuss already. Right, so we've just been to see Wonka.
Wonka, mate.
Wonka, mate. Do you want to do thoughts or should I do?
Yes. Wait. I'll do mine.
Yes, you go first. Okay.
All right. Considering some people were like, "Oh, Timothée Chalamet has been cast as Wonka. He's going to do terribly."
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's done well.
Yes, I agree.
Because it just proves that you, as an actor, you don't have to stick to one thing.
Yeah.
I know some actors, cough, cough, Alan Rickman, cough, cough, Johnny Depp, get typecasted.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do that for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad Timothée Chalamet did well.
Yeah. I agree.
I didn't know about the rewrites until you pointed it out. I'm sure you're going to discuss this when it comes to your thoughts.
I shall get to that, yes.
But I was sitting there watching it, and I was like, it feels like they've written this in the hopes that it does really well so they can turn it into a West End musical.
Yes.
Like, literally, it's written in the style of the West End musical Matilda.
Yeah. It is.
But I think there is a little niggle there for me, is the West End Matilda came first before they did a film adaptation, and so they had a chance to...
Yeah, kind of adapt the play, adapt the movie from the play.
Yeah. Take out the songs that don't work so well, keep the songs that are really catchy and really work well, and keep the beats right and everything. Whereas this one, because it's a film first, I think it might have slightly suffered. If I had to choose between Wonka and Matilda to watch on the West End, Matilda would win.
But is that because you already know that it's a West End thing and this isn't?
No, that is literally just because of, considering I haven't even finished the Matilda on Netflix yet.
I didn't enjoy it.
Did you not? Oh, yeah,
no,
okay.
I didn't enjoy it, I must admit.
But, I could see where they're intending to take this and everything. Mm-hmm. It was written like a play. It was staged like a play.
Yeah.
And I can see they have every intention to putting it on the West End. And I think generally it will do well on the West End.
Yeah. I think it would make a great stage play. Stage music.
I liked that they tied it into Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that it got the Roald Dahl family seal of approval, considering Roald Dahl infamously hated that film.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that they gave it the seal of approval, considering it ties into that one.
Yeah. But then, which one would you rather tie it into?
Well, Tim Burton's one is actually more faithful to the books.
I know, but it didn't do as well.
No. And also they gave Wonka's backstory in the Tim Burton film. Well, yeah. Of his dad was a dentist and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whereas the Gene Wilder one never gave Wonka's backstory, so they've got more flow with it. I think they've done better because they made the right choice choosing the Gene Wilder one.
Yeah.
Because people see the Gene Wilder one as a classic.
Yeah, they do.
And when you're talking to people about the two Charlie and the Chocolate Factory films, most people look down upon the Tim Burton one.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, it's a reboot and it's not even that good. It's like, but that one's more loyal to the source material, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
So, it's a difficult one to argue of which one's the better because, it's
and
one.
They're both very different films.
Yes.
One being a musical as well.
Yeah. But one's got rose-tinted glasses on it, and the other one is Tim Burton's.
Yeah, pretty much.
But is it worth all the hype that's been going around about it? I'm not too sure. It was good, yes. But when everyone's been like, oh, it's one of the best films of the year, I'm not too sure. I don't know if I feel that way as well about it. Cinematography was great. All the acting was great. Mm-hmm. I love Olivia Colman. She can do no wrong in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I will say some of the famous actors, and everything. I know they're famous actors, and so they get away with a lot of stuff. But some of them were a bit sort of, all right, okay, the shtick you're playing is no longer funny. Mm. I think you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I don't think he's that funny anyway.
Ooh, controversial.
And to be fair, I'll say it. Matt Lucas,
he named him.
It's not a spoiler. He's in the thing. Yeah. He's in trailers and stuff. But I think out of him and David Walliams, I suspect David Walliams is more the funny one. David Walliams is the one who's had a bigger success further along. I feel like Matt Lucas always seems to kind of play that character.
That character, yeah.
So,
but those are my thoughts. Your thoughts?
I bloody love this film. I will watch it again tomorrow. I'd go and watch it again tomorrow.
I enjoyed it.
You know what?
Do you want to turn your lights down, buddy?
I feel like it's a difficult subject because I will say, I'll bring it up now. This movie went through massive rewrites. It was supposed to be a darker film, an origin story. I knew this had musical numbers, but I didn't realise it was so much of a musical.
Yeah.
I thought it only had a couple. I didn't realise there were a lot of it I didn't realise it was a full musical movie.
Yeah. I thought the recording had failed, but it hasn't, so we're good.
I was going to say, you I'd die if that had happened.
I checked the screen and the bar wasn't moving.
I was like, God.
And I was like, no, because I've made some good jokes. So.
You have. But yeah, so I feel like especially out of like a lot of movies over the last several months, this is like a family movie, or all age movie. I feel like this is the reason why everybody's saying it's like the movie of the year.
I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
Do you think you've enjoyed it more because we have had a string of bad films?
Well, that's what I was trying to say, is that I feel like because there have been so many bad movies lately, that there has been it's got more of a hype about it because it's had a better reaction to it.
Because it's actually decent.
Yeah,
it's watchable.
It's a watchable movie. It has rewatchable factor. So I think that has worked massively in its favour. I think the songs are very catchy. I like the hints to the Gene Wilder one and the acknowledgements, even little things like the flower cups looking exactly the same like they did in that.
I clocked the notes of the start of Pure Imagination were like every so often in the film. And it was, and that's it.
Yeah, and that was it. And it was just little bits like that, which were very clever. Obviously, they haven't used. They're using like a CGI Hugh Grant as
obviously. No, I thought Hugh Grant was that short.
Obviously, no. What I'm trying to say is that I feel like this may eventually potentially go maybe into like a reboot.
Yeah.
Do you think that I was going to bring it up a bit later, but we are home. But I feel like, do you think that they might try and bounce on this and make a franchise and maybe potentially reboot and because obviously Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is like the main one, but people forget there's the Great Glass Elevator book afterwards. Do you think that they could potentially make another 2 movies? I mean, this is obviously going to be a big success.
They could make a whole nother movie between this one and the story of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because of course Charlie and the Chocolate Factory starts off with Wonka
already
becoming
retired.
a recluse.
Yeah.
And of course this one ends with him not even building the factory yet. So you've got a whole nother story between those 2 points.
Well, exactly.
If you so wanted to.
So I feel like it's got that growth in it.
Yeah.
I think Timothy Chalamet.
Did you just call him?
Timothy Chalamet.
Okay.
What?
I thought you said Charlemagne, and I was like, French king.
What? Oh, okay. Anyway. But what... I think he did a very good job. Obviously, there was, like you said, there was that issue with people saying, because when they cast it as like a darker movie. And obviously they've kept him on and he's stepped forward and done the singing and everything and the dance. I do think, for me, the only slightly issue that I noticed, I don't know if you noticed, but sometimes the lip sync didn't match.
No, I didn't.
So, because obviously there was obviously bits where they physically probably couldn't sing while doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
So a lot of it, I think,
and if it's not something he's done before, he's probably not going to be great at it.
Yeah. I do believe it was his pure voice, but I do think that he's lip synced while acting, which there isn't an issue. A lot of people do that. But that was, for me, there was just little bits where you could just tell that it hadn't synced up properly. Not me being perfect, because let's face it, every now and again, sometimes it doesn't sync up on this. So, I know I can't say, but when you spend hours trying to get everything to lip sync, it's something you notice.
Yeah.
But I do think overall, it was a really good film. I do think, I understand the hype of it, and I do feel like I feel like because there has been so many poor movies this year and also so many delays in movies and things being cancelled and everything else, people have actually had a chance to go to the cinema and enjoy a night out.
I understand the hype. I don't think it warrants it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I get that.
I think it is, as you said, people were desperate for not even a good film, just a decent film.
Yeah.
And oh no, that was the camera that beeps.
Yeah.
thought it was the audio again.
Yeah.
So I think people are desperate for it. You know, as you said, it's giving people a chance to go out to a family film and everything.
Yeah.
But does it warrant the hype? I'm not too sure. I will recommend people to go watch it.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm not in a hurry to watch it again.
That's fair. I would easily go and be like, and take like my parents.
Oh,
because that's something like they would love to watch this.
If some friends message me going, we're going to go see Wonka tomorrow, do you want to come with?
Yeah.
I'd say yes.
Yeah.
But if I was with a group of friends like, what should we do? I would not be like, let's go watch Wonka.
Yeah. I get that. But then, you know, it's out of choices that are on at the moment. There isn't much to choose from anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, I still think it was a solid film, and I think it's a good choice for anybody to go see. I don't think it's one of those ones that I feel like it's like I said, like an all-age movie. It doesn't matter if it's date night, if it's a family day or whatever. Anybody can go, or a group of friends like we did. You know, anybody can go see it and have a good time. I would be shocked if anybody said that they didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's got that like likable factor about it. So, but yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
You know what it's like? It's like when working in hospitality, when people score you like a 4 out of 5 on TripAdvisor, but then in the comments they're like, absolutely perfect stay. It's like,
so why isn't it 5 out of 5?
Yeah. I think it's one of them things. It's like, it's good. I don't know why I'm not feeling like, it's amazing. I don't know what it is about it, but I just...
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I can't articulate it.
No, it's fair play. It's fair play.
Yeah.
But with that said, we should probably do final thoughts.
Final thoughts. If you're wheezing like an old harmonica, just have a cough. You'll be fine.
And then you can go back to sleep. Ben is the Harry Potter nerd.
Thank you. This is done. I've claimed my crown.
He's claimed his crown. His...
Until someone else goes and wins that quiz by themselves.
Yeah. And then you'll have to do it twice.
And then I'll have to defend my crown. Fine.
Fine. Fair play,
but until then...
Yeah.
The Harry Potter crown shall rest upon thine head.
Thine bonds.
Thine bonnet.
thy hair with...
Thy receding hairline. If you're going to get someone a Christmas present and you know full well they have not got you one, let them know within a decent amount of time.
Yeah. And also, if you know that you don't do presents, don't suddenly then do presents.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just not acceptable.
It's just not cricket.
Exactly.
It's just not Christmas.
Why do you think we're Grinches?
Andre Brower. And as Hufflepuff said, if anyone dies out of the good place now, we are rioting. There is 28 more days of this year. If anyone from the good place goes in 2023, we are rioting. Because the Matrix is real and they're taking the good ones. Sorry.
How many days left?
20? 18. I said 28.
I was going to say, Ben, I know my maths is poor, but Jesus.
Yeah. I was trying to do quick maths and obviously it didn't work because it's like
just as
5 minutes to midnight.
Just as well you don't have the maths crown.
No.
Right.
I got a solid B in maths and that's all I fucking need.
I got a D.
Yeah. No, you got a D.
Oh dear. But yeah, Captain Holt, rest in peace.
Captain Holt, rest in peace.
But with that said, and Wonka. Solid.
Go see it.
Solid time at the movies. Family, date night, friends. It's a good one to go watch. But with that said, thank you very much for joining us. Have you been to see Wonka? Have you completed a quiz by yourself? If so, what was the topic? And if it was Harry Potter, Ben will fight you to the death.
And where did you come? Because they could have done a Harry Potter quiz by themselves. All right, get your mind out of the gutter, child.
I'm glad you thought I did as well. Yeah.
They could have done a Harry Potter quiz by themselves, but they could have come like 7th.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah.
Have you been to see Wonka?
Yeah, I said that. Have you got a chesty cough that kept you up for all night and then you realised it was you and not anything else?
Have you got any Christmas complaints before it's even Christmas? Let us know down below.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this will come out after Christmas.
No.
This will come out before Christmas. Have you got any pre-Christmas complaints? Let us know down below.
But with that said, thank you very much for joining us. Once again, we very much appreciate all of you. Thank you to everybody that follows us, everybody that supports us.
You're losing yourself, aren't you?
I am. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of things. Make sure you like this video.
There we go.
Joining us. Subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell. Comment down below, please do. And if you are listening to us on Spotify, do give us a 5-star review and comment down below there as well. But with that being said, thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.